there, it's Carl Richards from Podcast Solutions Made Simple, where we help coaches, consultants, and other subject matter experts who don't believe that they have the time or the technical skills to create and launch a podcast. We help them not only launch their show, but maintain their show so they can be seen as the go-to expert all around the world. You know, there are a number of different reasons why people don't launch podcasts, and believe it or not, there are similar reasons as to why people didn't launch websites not so many years ago either. And they're what I like to call the 5 myths or 5 reasons that are keeping you back from being seen as the go-to expert. Number 1 is what I like to refer to as the money myth. And the money myth is either not seeing the ROI in having a podcast or seeing it as an expense. So rather than looking at that, rather than looking at the dollars and cents, let's look at how a podcast, not the podcast itself can make you money, but let's explore how a podcast can bring money or bring revenue into your business. And there's a strategy behind that. The second myth is what I like to call the content myth. What am I ever going to talk about? I can't create content. Here's the thing, if you're a subject matter expert now, or a coach or consultant or somebody who speaks on a regular basis, guess what? You have content. And we'll show you how to repurpose that content or rejig that content so it is suitable and ready for a podcast. Number 3 is the competition myth. And the competition myth is where we convince ourselves there are too many out there already. And who's going to listen to us? We're not as well known or famous as some of the other podcasters or podcasts that we listen to. The truth is, did you know that for every 400 or 500 blogs, there's one podcast? So there's a huge opportunity for you, especially if you're a blogger, to either convert your blog into a podcast or use it in parallel with your blog. Put the two together, marry the two together. And as far as whether or not you're famous enough, it's okay. You have a website that competes with a lot of famous people already, even maybe in your industry, but you still have a website, I'm sure of it, or at least some social presence of some sort, whether it be LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, or other social media sites. Number 4 is the tech myth. It's too technical. It's too confusing. I can't figure all of this out. Not only that, it's not something that I really want to do. Well, it's the same reason why we don't start a lot of things, is because it's not within our zone of genius. It's too technical. Well, that's what we do, is we help people launch their podcasts and get them out there by removing all of the complications. So all you have to do, essentially, is give us your content. You record your content and we'll take care of all of the rest behind the scenes. So the tech myth is one that we like to dispel quite easily by making sure that we're on your support team to allow you to be seen as the go-to expert. And the 5th myth is what I like to refer to as the time myth. There's just not enough time. Well, time is a very semantic thing, right? Time means different things to different people as well. And there's also perceptions as well. There are a lot of people who believe that a podcast needs to be at least an hour long. But did you know there are podcasts that are as short as 2 minutes? And some that can go on for an hour or 2. But what you want to look at is how much time do you think your ideal client or prospect will want to zone into your content? Is it 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes? And if that's the case, then let me assure you, it takes less time to record a 15 or 20 minute podcast than it does to record a 1 or 2 hour podcast. So the time becomes something that we can quickly eliminate by focusing your podcast to who your ideal client is. And we're here to help you do that. So those are the 5 myths. And what we do here at Podcast Solutions Made Simple is we help you get set up for success right from the beginning. We set you up with what we call pre-production. That's the planning, the behind the scenes things. That's the strategy for launching and the marketing strategy as well. Then we put things into what I consider the second P, and that's production, where we get you recording your content. And then you send it to us and we start packaging it together for you so it's available now to be uploaded to the podcast universe. And then the third P is post-production, and that's where we start telling everyone that you have a podcast. That's marketing. That's putting it on social media. That's making sure that wherever you go in your business life, that you're letting people know you have a podcast and you're connecting with them using that podcast as a marketing tool. So if you're ready to sit down and have a conversation, we'd love to find out more about what you do. What's your business like? Are you a coach, a consultant, A subject matter expert? Book a 30-minute strategy session with us and we'll explore with you how we can help you be seen as the go-to expert.